Hey, second graders, this is Geometry Lesson 4, Part 2. All right, we discussed in Part 1 three-dimensional shapes. We talked about some attributes that they would have, whether they have flat surfaces, curved surfaces, faces, edges, and vertices. All right, remember a three-dimensional shape sometimes is also called a solid. All right, these are the 3D, sometimes we say 3D, shapes or figures: sphere, prism, rectangular prism, square prism, cylinder, pyramid, cone. And actually, this kind of prism is called a triangular prism because of the triangular face, rectangular prism because it will have some rectangular faces, square prism because it will have square faces. All right, what I wanted to do today was I wanted to talk about some real life examples of 3D shapes. And so I'm going to show you some examples, and then I want you to pause the recording and see if you can find something in your own home that is the same kind of 3D shape. All right, so first of all, let's start with the sphere. All right, remember, a sphere has only curved surfaces. There are all kinds of spheres. Okay, I have a tennis ball, a little pom-pom ball, and this part of the globe is a sphere, which would help you to know that our world, the Earth, is shaped as a sphere. All right, pause for a moment. See if you can find something at your house that's a sphere and show it to someone in your family. Then come back and we'll do the next one. All right, our next shape. We're going to be looking at a triangular prism. Now, I will tell you, triangular prisms are hard to find in your home. There are not very many, and so I've got some examples here for you. All right, if you're ever in the grocery store in the candy section, one of my personal favorite kind of candies is called Toblerone. Toblerone comes in a triangular prism-shaped box. The candy itself is shaped like a triangular prism. So it's cool. Not only does it taste good, it's a math lesson. Okay, in science, you may have used one of these with Mrs. Nichols. This is called a prism, all right? It is used in science, especially when you're talking about light, because if you do it just right, which Mrs. Jones has never been very good at that, you can get it to show a rainbow if you do it just right. But it is a triangular prism. Okay, when we're doing pattern blocks, okay, so our pattern blocks have a triangle. This pattern, we call it a triangle, but in reality, because it's not flat, because it has thickness, it is a solid. This actually is a triangular prism. Okay, it does have a triangle face on the front and back, but the sides and the bottom are rectangles. So this actually is a triangular prism. Cool. Another one, the top of your eraser. Okay, before you've used it, if you will look at it, it has the triangle faces and rectangular faces. Okay, now not the bottom part, but if you just look at the top part of it like this, that is a triangular prism. Pretty cool. All right, let's go on to rectangular prism. Now what's really cool about these is there are hundreds of these that you can find in your house. You know what? Let's pause for a moment, go back, see if you can find a triangular prism, okay? All right, now that you're back, now we're going to do rectangular prism. And there are a lot of these that you can find in your home. And rectangular prisms come in all different kinds of shapes. Okay, this little domino box is I think I said triangular. This would be rectangular. Rectangular prism because it's rectangles, rectangles. All the faces are the shape of a rectangle, right? But at the same time, this matchbox is also a rectangular prism. Okay, it has that's smaller, okay, but it has flat rectangle here, but also the sides are also rectangular faces. There's faces shaped like rectangles. Okay, now there's even another one, toothpaste boxes. This is a 3D shape. It is a rectangular prism, all right? Sometimes they have a square on the end. This one is more like a little rectangle on the end and rectangle sides. So there are some rectangular prisms. I have one more. This is kind of like the matchbox. It's just larger. It's a box that birthday cards come in. It's rectangular prism. Okay, all of the sides are rectangles. Then next we have a square prism. Now there is one thing that we find in houses all the time that can be shaped like a square prism, and that is whenever you have dice. Okay, this one's kind of a large dice. It's a fun one. You can have them made out of different things. They're usually smaller when we play with games, but this is a square prism, or sometimes we call it a cube. Yes, we call it a cube. All right, square prism. And then sometimes we have boxes and things that come in shapes like a square prism. All right, I want you to turn off the video, or pause it rather, and go see if you can find something that is a rectangular prism shape, a square prism shape. Show it to someone in your family. All right, pause. Okay, now that you're back, we're going to go to the cylinder. Okay, a cylinder has two flat surfaces and curved surface. Okay, so the easiest thing to think of with a cylinder is any kind of can. This is a Ocean Spray cranberry mango drink. Green bean cans, corn cans, anything that has two flat surfaces and is curved between them, that is a cylinder. This actually had toothpicks in it, but medicine bottles and things like this, cylinder. Now, if you think a little different, outside the box, as they say, your marker is a cylinder. Now, it's not completely flat, but it gives the flat surface top and bottom. And then in the middle, you can do your hand around it. It is the curved surface. Also, if you have an unsharpened pencil, flat surface, and in the middle is the curved surface, cylinder. All right, turn off the video. You can find lots of cylinders in your home too. So pause the video, go find some cylinders and show it to somebody. All right, we're going to skip pyramid for a very good reason, is that it's really hard to find something in real life shaped like a pyramid other than real pyramids that are in Egypt. We just don't find many things like that shape in our home. So then let's go on to the cone. Now, obviously, ice cream cone. Okay, but this drinking cup, okay, this is a cone shape. If in your kitchen you have some kind of a funnel, okay, the funnel is a cone shape. Here's a flat surface if you were to put your hand straight across it. Same thing for the drinking cup if you put your hand straight across it and it has the vertex on top. And then if you've ever been out and seen a traffic cone, okay, it's kind of a rounded, but this is the vertex. Here's the curve, and if you put your hand, there would be the flat surface. So we do have some cones in real life, not very many. See if you can find a cone shape. All right, pause the video. In fact, now you can go ahead and turn off the video because we're going to go on to video 3 in just a moment. So stop, go find some things that are three-dimensional shapes and show them to your family.